Hello everyone, welcome to the Talking Corner. I'm Cracks, your host. This is a place where we talk about anything and everything upon you, the listener's request. And you guys left me unsupervised, so we are going to be talking about, that's right, dieting. I am going down tomorrow like the Titanic, and I'm taking you all with me. So if you'd like to follow my journey into losing 30 kilos, please follow me on Instagram. I will leave that in a link below. So further on to the show. So, yeah, diets. That's not a big subject at all. There's not millions of dollars dumped into that industry at all. Oh, what can I say about dieting? There's too much going on. Well, for me, it's a necessity. And here's why. I need to lose about 30 kilos. I'm at 175 centimeters tall. I weigh 102 kilos. For American friends, I am 5'9" and I weigh almost 204 pounds, if not over. I believe it's over, but not by much. This is not a healthy weight for anything, especially for my age. It's because I've developed a bad habit of procrastination over the last 5 or 6 years, because I've been battling with depression for the last 5 or 6 years. And this doesn't just pop up. Maybe I've had depression when I was younger. It just didn't really show its ugly head until about 5 or 6 years ago. I noticed when I went through my text messages, of course in a supervised session with a actual medical professional, I noticed that I disappeared from life. I ignored my friends and I made excuses not to go out, not like I used to. Because what I used to do is I used to go out and I used to meet up with my people. We'd go mini golfing after about a 5K walk. And now here in my city, there is a mini golf station out in the middle of this park. If you park at the parking lot and you cut across the park, you can be there in like 3 minutes. But there is a paved trail that goes all the way around this oblong, weird shape. And if you follow it, it's 5 kilometers. And at the end, you can play mini golf. There's this beautiful gazebo that you can eat ice cream or eat some cake and treat yourself to maybe a tea, a coffee, a hot chocolate. And, you can relax there. And then you walk back the whole trail. And so the next day you would be sore. I used to really love doing that. And I really loved going to places like Himlingby to go on their 10. They have a 2, 3, 5, and 10 kilometer trail. I really love doing that. And for some reason, I just popped up and stopped going. And that carried on for years. And now I'm facing heavy consequences. My blood sugar and my blood pressure are all over the place, and it's become such a serious condition that I'm skirting diabetes and possible heart disease. And then I can, even in 5 to 6 years from today, I can have a possible stroke due to poor circulation. And I'm not even going to touch on what the insulin is doing, the bouncing insulin is doing to my kidneys and liver. So let's look at what dieting is. Dieting is practicing eating, regulated and supervised, to either decrease, maintain, or increase body weight. For me, it's to reduce my body weight. Look, for the last 5 or 6 years, I've goofed off. I've ignored all the signs for my health. And this last weekend was my 40th birthday. And yeah, a huge wake-up call, especially when I have my 13-year-old niece with me on a cruise, and I can't even keep up with her going up a few flights of stairs. That's a huge wake-up call. Not to mention when I put on a pretty white new blouse that I thought would look really good on me, I look myself in the mirror and go, wow, I could really pass as the giant marshmallow man's sister. You know the iconic marshmallow man from the Ghostbusters? I'm not talking about the one from the cartoon. Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing when you're looking and going, maybe I have a career in this. Look, I'm going to be fair with you guys. I used to be fairly active when I was younger, and now I'm not. I'm become completely inactive, so I'm on both sides of the line. And if anybody thinks that I'm doing this just to be appealing or sexualizing myself, screw you. You're not in charge of my health. I am. Go fuck off. That I'm sorry for the cursing. I got into an argument at the store the other day with a complete stranger because they decided to tell me they overheard my conversation with a friend of mine, and then they decided to wait outside the store for me to come out, and then they confront me about this, and I'm like, yeah, go fuck yourself. Again, if you're not my mother, and I can guarantee if you were my mother, you would be yelling at me to tell me, go, you don't need to be eating that, or you don't need to be drinking that, drink some water if you're thirsty, because that's what moms do. So, to get back to what I was saying, what makes me happy is my friends, my family, my art, talking to you guys, my cats, my spiders. Those things make me happy. And before I went down the slope of depression, what made me happy was all of those things, plus myself. And I don't even know how to even relay how important it is to actually be happy with yourself. I've missed that part of me. I miss me. I want me back. I feel like I'm having I've gone through a complete divorce with myself, and then the 5 years later you're going, I miss that person. Call them up, find out how they're doing. Especially if you left ambulically. I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say. I'm full of speech gaffs today. I told you it was going to be one of those days. So here's my question to you guys. As an individual, what do you guys think of dieting? Is it a healthy necessity? Do you diet yourself? If you do diet, what kind of diet do you follow? If you're into exercising, what kind of exercises do you do? I am having to adopt many different types of exercises, especially since I've been so inactive for so long. Apparently I can really do some damage if I just decide to jump right into it. So again, if you guys have some tips or some recipes that are healthy, send them my way. Again, I'll leave a link in the description. You guys can just poke me on Instagram. So at this point, you might ask if I'm going to go all out and eat that cake afterwards. What's my goal once I hit that finish line? What am I going to do? How am I going to celebrate? I'm going to celebrate with a tattoo. Full sleeve tattoo. Maybe even the rib cage. And here's why. The tattoo is going to be very special to me because the manga from the character that I'm getting it from is very special to me. It helped me get over some things when I was much younger. And I think now that it's kind of, now that I'm an adult, it's kind of there waiting for me when I needed myself and I've improved myself. So I think that's a pretty good message to remind myself, and I'll get to see that every day. So no, I'm not going to be eating any cake. I'm not going to be going partying. I'm too old for partying. The hangovers just last a bit too long for my taste anymore. So before I continue on and start rambling and preaching on my soapbox, my last thing I want to point out, if you know someone who has tried and failed on a diet continuously, still be there for them. Don't be the naysayer. Because if you're going to say, well, they've tried it a zillion times, they're never going to succeed. Or you straight tell them, you've done it too many times, I don't even have any faith in you anymore. Go away. You're not needed. You're really not needed. Because in my mind, dieting is like riding a bike. If you've done it enough times, and you've tried enough times, with a lot of fails, of course, you'll eventually get the hang of it, and it will become a part of your life. And maybe you can even change yourself for the better. So thank you. Thank you for listening. You guys are great. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. So also I know what's going on out there in the world. So stay safe. And I hope to see you guys on Monday. Until then, bye-bye.